Every verse from the first verse to the last verse, the 286th verse, is contained within a ring. Raymond K. Farin, author of Surah Al-Baqarah, a structural analysis, concludes on Al-Baqarah's ring composition. Indeed, this chapter exhibits marvelous justness of design. It is precisely and tightly arranged, as we have seen, according to the principles of ring composition. Even the section length fit perfectly in the overall scheme. Moreover, the precise structure serves as a guide, pointing to key themes in the chapter. These occur according to the logic of the pattern at the centers of individual rings, and particularly at the center of the whole chapter. At the center of the chapter, again, one finds instructions to face Mecca, this being a test of faith, identification of the Muslims as a new middle community. Conclusion. How is it possible that the Quran exhibits such a remarkable harmonious structure when its verses were not revealed sequentially but in random pieces over a span of 23 years, especially given that many of the 6,236 verses of the Quran are tied to particular historical events? Were a human being to compose a book in such a manner, that its structure would undoubtedly be in disorder. Moreover, when each new verse was revealed, it was immediately put into its position within its respective chapter. This position was fixed. There was no opportunity for modification or rearrangement. How could Muhammad have devised such an intricate plan when he could not predict the events that would dictate the revelation of verses? Such an arrangement would have to be planned in advance, but this was not possible due to these events being out of his control. This shows that the author of the Quran must have known the future, which is a quality of God. Accurate predictions about the future. Many people make the claim that they can predict the future. Astrologists, clairvoyants, and numerous religious scriptures put forward prophecies about the future. Is there any way that we can distinguish true prophets from the many liars and frauds that are out there? We can do so by analyzing the nature of their prophecies. The predictions of false prophets are often vague in nature or lack a time frame. These characteristics make it easy for their followers to claim a fulfillment of prophecy when the inevitable happens. Eventually, something somewhere will occur which bears enough of a similarity to the prophecy that it will seem like the prophecy was an accurate prediction. A good demonstration of this is the predictions of the 16th century French occultist Nostradamus, quite possibly the most famous and popular occultist in history. His prophecies contain French and Latin terms, historical allusions, anagrams, puns, odd spellings, partial words in inverted word order, and so on. In fact, his prophecies can be so vague that they are often described as verbal jigsaw puzzles. Here are a few examples of such prophecies. To support the Great Troubled Cape, the Reds will march in order to clarify it. A family will be almost overcome by death. The red ones will knock down the red ones. The great swarm of bees will arise, such that one will not know whence they have come. By night the ambush. The sentinel under the vine city delivered by 5 babblers not naked. Now, if Nostradamus were a true prophet, would he have needed to cloud his predictions with such vague and ambiguous language? In fact, what we find is that when Nostradamus does provide detail, such as specific dates, places, and events, many of his prophecies are deemed strably false. In the following prophecy, he predicted that disease,